Alright guys, long time no see. These past couple weeks have been pretty insane for me. School is winding down, so that means like 600 times more work. But my last day of the semester was yesterday, so I can chill out a little bit. So today I kinda just want to talk. Like, I have a couple topics that I want to touch on, but like, nothing too set in stone, God, I can't get comfortable. First of all, I just kind of want to let you guys know that I am a bit of a commentary hoe. I watch a lot of it. Political commentary, YouTube commentary about all the drama, so I kind of always know what's going on online. That's kind of why I don't have a life off of the internet. Oof. I also recently roped myself into working 2 jobs. That's cute. Wow, I'm just like so spaced out today. Like, my point is that you're probably gonna see some more like commentary style content on this video. But today, I would like to talk about H3's new video that came out just a couple days ago. It's, there's a lot to unpack in that one. Man, I got opinions. Just for transparency, I myself am like a pretty big fan of H3. I've been following them since about like 2014 or 2015, and I've always just really liked their content. However, in recent years, Ethan has been acting, for lack of a better word, problematic. This is, I think, the worst that it has gotten. So their new video is about how Instagram sort of sets unrealistic expectations for people, and in particular women and girls. Instagram and like photo editing in general can just set this standard for women of just unachievable beauty that can be potentially harmful to like self-esteem and self-worth issues and all that really great stuff. On the surface of what they were trying to say, I do agree, but there's definitely a large portion of the video that like really rubs me and a lot of other people just the wrong way. I really hate like Instagram and Photoshop culture, and honestly, I'm like not even a huge fan of makeup. Just for myself personally, like I don't really like to wear it. Normalize bare-faced women. Like, normalize women that look like people. I 100% respect people that, like, do makeup as a hobby and just have makeup as something beneficial to their lives. Like, I think that's great for you, that you can find something that brings you joy or just makes you feel a little bit better on a day-to-day basis. Makeup is like an art form. You can do incredible, amazing things with makeup. But I also do just think it's like super important for people to know what like real, untouched human beings actually look like. But I don't know, I mean, it's kind of ironic for me to say that when I'm sitting here talking to you as like a giant cat. This whole type of edited culture is also why I find K-pop a little bit problematic. I just think that the culture surrounding K-pop it's all about the way you look. You have to look like this hyper-angelic pixie, or you're just like not good enough. And this goes for men and women in that culture. Like, every single K-pop group, regardless of gender, they just look fake. They don't even look like real people. People don't disclose to you what is real and what isn't. And I'm not trying to shame anyone for liking K-pop or being into makeup or even like wanting to get plastic surgery. It's like, dog, it's your life, and if you need to do some of those things to make yourself comfortable and to be able to live a happy life, man, you go right ahead. Like, all the power to you. This is the one life that you have, and you deserve to do whatever it takes to make yourself actually enjoy it. Let's get back into H3's video. It started to really rub me the wrong way when Ethan started pulling up these pictures of women especially women from his online community, from within his sphere, like Tana Mojo, and insulting them. This is not how you be body positive, dog. You're trying to spread the message that it's okay to look like a normal human being, to be a disgusting monster, as he puts it. But then you pull up these pictures of these women, of course they're women, in their natural, healthy bodies, and shames them. He pulls up a picture of Tana Mojo and compares her to a fucking snack cake.
Watch your profanity.
That's the least body positive thing I've ever seen. I'm not a big fan of Tana Mojo. I think that she's not a great influence, but she doesn't deserve to be shamed for her normal, healthy looking body. There does need to be some critique of the way that Tana specifically and a lot of people edit their pictures to come across as these flawless individuals for their young and impressionable audiences, which, by the way, Tana has a very young audience of impressionable young women. But it's going to hurt them even more to see someone pull up a picture of a body type that they very well may have, a healthy, normal body type, and tell them that they look like a Twinkie. Like, are you kidding me? What's gonna be more harmful to these young girls that Ethan is pretending so much to care about? Is it going to be seeing a picture of someone that looks really good on the internet? Or is it gonna be seeing an influencer directly harass a woman for a regular healthy body type that probably looks a lot like their own body? I just think that in the end, he's doing more harm than he's doing good. It upsets me. It just upsets me. If you can't tell, I'm pretty heated about it. Like, I had a script and everything written out, but it kind of just turned into like a rant. Ethan's video reinforces this really, really harmful expectation that we put on women, and that especially affects young girls, where it's like, you can't be fake. You can't Photoshop, or you can't wear makeup, or you can't be dishonest or whatever. You can't be fake, you can't edit your pictures, but you also can't just look like a normal, healthy human being. You can't be natural unless you're this angelic goddess that's just naturally perfect in every way. So it creates this space where very few women are actually accepted and feel accepted, and where most women, especially young girls, they have this idea that they're never ever gonna be good enough. I don't really think that Ethan realized that he was perpetuating this really harmful expectation for women, but he did do it. Like, regardless of intention, he was hurtful. A lot of people on Twitter called him out after this whole thing. Notably, Trisha Paytas, cut into him on Twitter about this video, because he pretty harshly made fun of Trisha Paytas too. And I also don't think Trisha Paytas is the best influence, but she doesn't deserve to be berated for her appearance. And instead of acknowledging that what he did might have been out of line, and that he just... Ooh. Did you guys just hear that? Someone dropped a plate in the kitchen. There's gonna be broken glass when I go out there. But anyway, instead of just acknowledging that he did something wrong, and that he might not have thought it all the way through, he decided that it was better to act like a huge prick. Of course, his defense was, it was just comedy, dog. You know what? Some people probably really did find it funny to shame these women, but I sure didn't. A large portion of people, especially the women that he was talking about, didn't find it funny. I'm of the belief that you really can joke about anything that you want, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be free from the social consequences of the things that you say. You can say anything you want, but that doesn't mean that the shield of comedy is going to protect you from backlash if you say mean things to people. I believe you should never, ever, ever make fun of someone for their appearance. You should never make fun of someone for something that they cannot change and that they have absolutely no control over. That's mean. Criticize people for their actions and the things that they can change instead of the things that they were born with. Big mad. I'm so mad. Oh, that's the tea. That's what I have to say about that. As a longtime supporter of H3, I'm very disappointed, and I'm rethinking my support for Ethan and Ela. And it's hard because I love them so much. They were very helpful to me, especially in high school when I was so depressed. Their videos really helped me through that time in my life, and I just think it's really sad to see Ethan adopt this attitude of arrogance. God, okay, so let's do a complete 360 and talk about a furry topic, which is something that you guys are actually probably here to see. So I've seen a whole lot of videos about how people found out that I was a furry. It's kind of a tradition in, I guess, the furry community to tell the story of how your parents found out that you were a furry, and I do have a story. So, y'all know that I was a furry when I was pretty young. Y'all? What am I saying? I became a furry in like 7th or 8th grade. I was like 13 or 14. And just another quick tangent. This is pretty much a video comprised completely of tangents. Something that I think is hella important that I've seen in other people's furry videos is don't come out as a furry. Like, being a furry is a choice. You're not coming out of part of LGBTQ+. Okay, so into the story. When I was in middle school, I had an Instagram account for my edgy artwork. And on this Instagram account, my cousin and I were both following each other. My adult cousin, who worked professionally in, like, the animation industry, so, you know, like, I really wanted her to like me because I looked up to her and thought that, like, she was pretty cool. But, my family relationships in general are strained, just kind of weird. So, it's not like we were or are close or anything. We're more just, like, acquaintances. But I might get into that later. Family trauma does make for great content. I posted a lot of strange things. I mean, among my art that I posted just, you know, like cringy middle school things. And among these cringy middle school things were a nice little handful of furry pride posts. I'm sure you guys have all seen these images where it's like a paw print or some ears and a tail, and it just says like furry pride. Very tacky, very cringy, but you know, we all have that phase. Like, we all have that phase of being like, I'm proud to be a furry. Apparently, my cousin found these furry pride posts troubling in some way, and so the game of telephone began. She told my aunt, and then my aunt told my mom, and then my mom told my dad. So at this point, everyone knew. And it's not like my extended family is or was very close or anything, like quite the opposite, honestly, especially lately for other reasons. So I guess this whole furry outing was just of utmost importance if it inspired my family to actually speak to each other. And my mom at the time, having very little knowledge of furries outside of just mainstream representation, so you know, things like CSI.
Jesus Christ.
So she was not happy with me. She was actually kind of mad at me and demanded to see my Instagram account. And this was kind of weird for me because, unlike a lot of people, I pretty much had free reign over the internet when I was a child. Like, I was not supervised online, like, in the slightest at all. But I turned out so well. So, you know, obviously, both of my parents were aware of this, and when I went to my dad's house in the following days, he decided that we needed to have a talk. And, you know, as talks go, it was less of a talk and more of me just kind of getting yelled at. And, of course, the first thing he said to me was, "Is this some sort of weird sexual thing?" And I think that this is a very common thing that a lot of furries run into, especially when their parents or their friends or whoever they talk to first find out that they are involved with our community. So that was a little bit terrible, and after that, for the next couple years, I kind of kept my furry interests just under wraps. I remember, like, at one point, I was so secretive about this double life that I was living as a furry that I would wake up after my mom or dad was asleep at their, like, respective houses, and I would wake up and I would sneak out to the family computer at like 2 a.m. just to watch a whole bunch of like fursuiting videos from Anthrocon. Over time, as I got older and my parents slowly got exposed to more furry content because this was not something that was going away. Over time, my mom sort of started to come around. Like, she's pretty supportive about it now. Like, she's not weirded out or anything. But my dad, he still acts so weird about it. Like, if I talk about anything furry related, he gets like visibly disgusted and like uncomfortable, and like he will frequently still make rude comments to me about it. Like when I say things about being a furry, I just don't understand why you like that stuff. Unnecessary rude comments, you know? But you know, that's pretty typical of baby boomers. Acting like everything that isn't football or religion is like really weird. Anyway, that's pretty much the synopsis of my furry story. It went like a lot worse than it could have gone. And I mean, admittedly, like being a furry is weird. It seems so normal to me now. And I've seen so many things online. I've been exposed to so much that it's like, dog, being a furry is like one of the least weird things you could be. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this. And I think that in the future, I want to do more videos like this. And so if you guys are interested in that, just comment down below. And I mean, even if you're not interested in it, I'm still gonna make it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching to the end of my video. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to email me at sawyersaber@gmail.com. And later, losers!